Hi guys, so today for my technical presentation, I'm going to talk to you guys about bead and sew extension installation for your hair. Now, a lot of people get confused about hair extensions, how they stay in, how they're really maintained, and so I'm going to hopefully clarify some of those myths by showing you an actual method of how extensions are applied to the hair. To start off, I'm going to explain to you exactly what a hair extension is. So hair extensions, as defined by the dictionary, are a synthetic or human swatch of hair that is attached to make longer, fuller, or a different style. These are really becoming popular all over the world. A lot of research has been done lately into hair extensions as they've continued to grow in popularity. According to one market research study done by Vitality.com, so goes the global supply chain for human hair, a market that is growing at an astonishing rate of 40% annually. So they really feel like this increase in jumping in hair extension popularity is due to the celebrity culture and new extension application techniques. So I want to teach you a little bit of how to do one of the most popular and innovative techniques right now to apply hair extensions. I have been training hair extensions for a while and I've worn all different types of hair extensions myself. So I would like to begin by defining exactly what bead and sew installation is. So in this technique, micro links, which are small, little, almost look like buttons or little clamps, are used to create tracks to sew on wefts of hair. There are no braids, glue, or any other adhesion. So this is why they're so popular, because they cause so little damage. A weft of hair, I'll show you right here. A weft of hair is just a sewn together piece of hair. I'm going to show you a little bit closer. It's also together at the top on both sides, and it creates a long weft of hair that can be applied into your natural hair. Again, the micro links, I have an example on the next page, so you can really look and understand and see what those look like. But by creating tracks in the hair, you can sew the wefts on and create fullness, length, and volume. Basically, it's easy as 1, 2, 3. It's not easy, but you can break it down into that way to 3 stages to making sure that this technique is going to be successful for you. We have our preparation stage, our installation stage, and finally our finish stage, which is one of the most important stages. So now let's go ahead and begin our discussion with starting on the first stage, which is our preparation stage. So the first thing you want to make sure is that you have all of your tools laid out and sanitized. You need to make sure that you're set up, otherwise you won't be successful because there's a lot of tools needed to do this. So to start off, if you'll come in a little closer here. So we're gonna have our specialty pliers. They actually have notches within the pliers that fit these. These are the micro links, as they're called, these little beads. They have rubber on the inside of them, and this allows it to really grasp the hair, okay? You next need your C-curved needle and thread. This is what is going to allow you, the C-shaped needle and the thread is what is going to allow you to really be able to curve into the head and not poke your client while putting the extensions. And then other than your beads, you're going to need your hair that you are applying, and then combs, brushes, anything to finish your style at the end. For the prepping stage, your first thing is going to be your client consultation. This is really important to understand the tone, the texture of the hair of the person that's doing, as well as the style that they want to get out of. Tone, because you want to make sure that those colors match perfectly between their natural hair and the extension hair, as well as the texture. You want to know, are they curly, are they fine, are they thick? You have to be able to match that texture or your extensions are never going to look correct. A few keywords in the industry are what we call virgin hair. Virgin hair means that it's never had any dye. It was naturally come from the head like this. The second word you want to look for when looking for extensions is Remy. Remy hair means that it was all cut at the same time from the same ponytail. So what Remy means is that they take a ponytail off of a person like this and they're going to cut it straight across. That straight across cut is what makes good extensions, and that is what a Remy extension means. Lastly, you want to make sure your extensions are double wefted. Double wefted means that they're thick from the top of the extension all the way to the end. What they do is they actually double sew on each side. They can do it by machine or hand, and it actually helps the hair be fuller and wear more naturally. So after you know that you have the right tone and texture, we're going to talk about placement. This is the difference between a really good extension and a really bad extension application, is how we place it. Placement goes into really just making sure that you know what the client is looking for. Okay, so now that we've prepped your hair for the client is ready to move into the second stage, which is installation. So installation is another really important thing to know, and where this comes in with your preparation is because you want to alleviate as much pain and damage on the hair as possible. According to Consumer Reports, the process can cause what is called tractionalopia, which is hair loss and balding from the pulling and excess weight of the hair. The hair loss is believed to be caused by loosening of the hair shaft from the follicle, so the actual follicle loosening from the weight of the extra hair extension, and as well as by chronic inflammation. So inflammation from also just the heaviness of the hair. Can cause hair tangling, matting, it can cause you to lose shine, all of this that we don't want to happen if the extensions are applied improperly. So again, I'm going to show you a close-up. When you begin your process, you want to part the hair in a horseshoe shape. As you can see here, it kind of curves in. That's what I mean by horseshoe. You cannot do it at a straight, otherwise the hair will not lay correctly. So by doing it in this horseshoe motion, then you can apply the beads. As you can see, we start about 1 inch from the front of the face, and we do a bead about every inch. Okay, now once you have your beads applied to the hair like I showed you in that picture, now it's time to sew on the weft of hair. So at this point, you take your weft, you take your C-curved needle and your thread, and you're gonna place it right on to that first bead. The first bead, you need to attach it and do a knot 4 to 5 times. The most pressure is put on this end bead, so that's why you do so many knots to make sure it's secure. After that, you just go over and under like you would any regular sewing and sew it to each bead. Every third bead, you're gonna want to tighten it 1 to 2 times just to make sure you're consistently keeping that weight even. And then on the other side, we'll go ahead and sew again 4 to 5 times to make sure that this is steady and strong on those outside edges so it will lay flat. As you can see, for thinner hair, you're going to want to repeat these steps up the head 3 times. For thicker head, you're going to want to repeat these steps and make new levels of hair 4 to 5 times. So it really depends on the type of hair again and that proper placement. So once the entire head has been beaded and sewn, and we can move into our last stage, which is where our finish stage, which is where we're gonna blend and teach the client to style the extensions, which is one of the most important processes, is the correct styling of the extensions. So in this finishing stage, we're gonna go from, as you can see in this young lady, she had it done before to the shoulder to after, much longer. There's a process that you'll go through, texturizing. What you do is you take the hair, you kind of spin it, and you're gonna take off those ends. That's gonna help texturize the hair and make the extensions blend more. Again, I teach my clients to all curl their hair very lightly as they begin to get used to extensions because it's the easiest way to style and look good. So to finish, really, I hope now you have a little bit of understanding of how bead and sew application works in a hair extension world. Like I said, this is one of the most innovative techniques, and it's a great way for you to be able to utilize your skills and wear hair extensions. Thank you.